Yeah. This ain't hype for the moment. This is transformation in motion. Dr. Onika T International. No limits. No ceilings. Let's move. Yeah, we don't play small, now we rise different. New mindset, new life, new vision. No limits on me, I'm decided. Level up season, I'm activated. Say no fear, no lag, no ceiling, no past, no chains, no bleeding. I changed my mind, now I'm winning. Level up season, I'm living. I came out the fire with clarity. Pressure made power, no charity. Old me expired, no doubt about it. New assignment, I'm walking in authority. I broke agreements with struggle, cancel cycles, dead ran in my bloodline. I don't hustle from fear no more. I move with wisdom, timing, and guide mine. They said stay where you at. I said watch what I build. I don't beg for a seat. I align and I'm skilled. This ain't luck, this is discipline. This ain't noise, this is strategy. I rewrote the script of my life. Now my future keeps matching. We don't play small, now we rise different. New mindset, new life, new vision. No limits on me, I'm decided. Level up season, I'm activated. No fear, no lack, no ceiling, no past, no change, no bleeding. I changed my mind, now I'm winning. Level up season, I'm living, I'm living, I'm living. I'm healed, I'm whole, I'm focused. I don't move reckless, I move chosen. I had to share what was familiar to step into what was calling. I stopped explaining my growth, I let results do the talking. I don't revisit closed doors, I build new rooms while I'm walking. This for the ones who survived and still decided to dream again. This for the leaders in hiding who just needed permission to win. If you tired of repeating cycles, if you ready to think upgraded, put your feet on the ground right now. Say my life just escalated. Said I'm upgrading my mind, I'm upgrading my money, I'm upgrading my circle, I'm upgrading my life. Say no more delay, no more doubt, I'm walking this out right now. I'm walking this out right now. We don't play small, now we lie different. New mindset, new life, new vision. No limits on me, I'm decided. Level up season, I'm activated. No fear, no lack, no ceiling, no past, no change, no bleeding. I changed my mind, now I'm winning. Level up season, said I'm upgrading my mindset, no, I'm upgrading my money, and I'm upgrading my circle, I'm upgrading my life. Say no more delay, no more doubt, I'm walking this out right now. I'm walking this out right now. We don't play small, now we rise different. New mindset, new life, new vision. No limits on me, I'm decided. Level up season, level up season. This is growth with intention, change with direction, power with wisdom. Dr. Onika T International. If you're ready for more, move.
a community of people in the great city of Charlotte, North Carolina, by the way of Apostle Tamika Daniels and her women's conference. And I thank all of you all. I thank my team. Thank all of you that came, all of you that prayed. I appreciate it. It was a success. All right. Thank you so much, all of you that were on Clubhouse. All right, let's go ahead and dive in. I don't know about you, but I will not serve a God that has made promises and declarations, but yet I don't see any change. Listen, I know it's not God because he's a man. He's not like man that he should lie, right? And I know many of us have been going through many challenges. We've been dealing with a lot of lifing, all right? But I'm here to tell you that this month, which is the 8th month, is the month of dominance and dominion and dominance. And it is my assignment to teach you this month so that when we go into our new year, you will have the language and the understanding on how to dominate, have dominion and dominance in what the Bible has already told us to do. We're going to build from Genesis 1 and 28. And this is going to be a month series. Now, some of you may say, well, Dr. O, I see money, wealth, prosperity, and posterity inside or on the flyer. Are we going to talk about money all month long? Yes, I as well as the kingdom of heaven and the Bible need for your money to come up. And then we're going to have some financial classes. All right. Faith without works is dead. So we have to put things in place after hearing the word, which the word comes by faith. But then we have to put some action into it. But prophetically and apostolically, I'm going to give you language of what money, wealth, prosperity, and posterity means to us as believers. I'll say it again. It is my prophetic and apostolic duty to give you the language and the clarity of what money, wealth, prosperity, and posterity means to us as a believer. I need for all of you that are on any platform, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Clubhouse, go ahead and share. Tell them to come on. They do not want to miss the first day of our August series, Dominion and Dominance. Clubhouse, we will be back on at 7 p.m. tonight also, so you don't want to miss it. I encourage you to come back. We're going to study on this month, understanding the mandate before managing the money. Understanding the mandate before managing the money. Our August teaching series is dealing with money, wealth, prosperity, and posterity. We will build from our foundation scriptures, Genesis 1, verses 26 through 28, but we're going to put emphasis on Genesis 1 and 28. And there are a list of scriptures that embodies what we're talking about. We're going to have supporting scriptures as Genesis 2 and 15, Deuteronomy 8 and 18, Psalms 115 and 16, Proverbs 13 and 22, Luke 16, 10 and 12, Matthew 25, 14 through 30. Now, all of you that are watching on Facebook, you know that you can go back, slide back, and get those scriptures. Those that are on Clubhouse, there will be a replay that you can go back and listen to, all right? And so we are empowering minds, we're elevating purpose, and we are impacting generations. This is what we do. Let's go ahead and dive in. I'm going to read from out of the King James Version, Genesis, the first chapter, verses 26 through 28. Then God said, let us make man in our image, according to our likeness. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over the cattle, over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. Then God blessed them, and God said to them, be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and subdue it, have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over every living thing that moves on the earth. I want you to say, move on the earth. Have dominion over everything that moves on the earth. I want to read to you the Message version of Genesis 1:28 real quick, if you will allow me. The Message version says, God blessed them, prosper, reproduce, fill earth, take charge. This is what he said over in King James when he said, be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and subdue it. In other words, he was saying prosper, reproduce, fill earth, and take charge, and be responsible for the fish in the sea and the birds of the air. I want us to understand that dominion is the authority and responsibility God delegates. I'll say it again. Dominion is the authority and the responsibility God delegates. Dominance is the disciplined capacity to execute that authority until stewardship produces fruitfulness, order, multiplication, influence, and generational legacy. Dominance is employed here in my perspective of my prophetic and marketplace framework, not as a separate word found in Genesis 1:28. And it never means controlling, exploiting, intimidating, or ruling over people. I want you to hear it. It means mastery over one's thinking, appetites, habits, gifts, resources, systems, and assigned spheres until disorder becomes order and potential becomes measurable productivity. Are y'all hearing me? Before there was a bank, a paycheck, a business, a boardroom, just follow me, a church organization, or an economic system of any kind, God placed humanity in an environment saturated with potential and gave them governmental mandate. When we read Genesis 1:28, it is a governmental mandate. And the first recorded commission God ever spoke over humans was not instruction to survive the earth. And many of us have been living in survival mode. And God has never, ever, 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 and will ever ask us to live in survival mode. It was a commission to be fruitful. I need for you to type, I am fruitful. I will multiply. I will fill the earth and I will subdue it. It was a commission to become fruitful, to multiply, to fill the earth, to subdue it, and to exercise dominion. I want you to hear what that means. I need for you to hear it. So when you hear those words, I want you to hear what that means. Governance, stewardship, productivity, and multiplication. This is what was in the mind of God before scarcity ever entered the human experience. Before Adam ever felt lack, hear me, before Adam ever felt lack, he carried an assignment. Before there was a curse on the ground, there was a commission over the ground. I'm trying to rewrite our brains because we have become people of habit to surviving. God never required us and never will for us to survive. He said, have dominion. And so before there ever was lack, God blessed everything, and he told us to bless it. He told us to be a blessing so that we're able, he blessed us so that we're able to be a blessing, right? Before Adam ever felt lack, he carried an assignment. Before there was a curse on the ground, there was a commission over the ground. Before humanity ever earned a wage, humanity was entrusted with a world. The Bible tells us that the heavens and heavens belong to who? God. But earth he gave to man. And that single truth reframes everything we will do together in this month. If God spoke fruitfulness, multiplication, and dominion before the fall, then increase is not a reaction to a need. I'll say that again. If God spoke fruitfulness, multiplication, and dominion before the fall, then increase is not a reaction to a need. It is an expression of design. Are y'all following me? You were not created to chase provision. Hear me. You were created to govern potential. God help me. We're building from Genesis 1:28 for all of you that are coming on. And that is precisely where the tension begins. Because we have been trying to chase provision instead of governing potential. Lord help us. Because here is what I've observed across ministry, marketplace, family systems with many believers. They want the results of dominion without accepting responsibility of governance. They want increase without discipline. Yeah. They want wealth without systems. They want prosperity without stewardship. Come on. They want inheritance without succession planning. They want the harvest of Genesis 1:28 without the government of Genesis 1:28. Please help me understand, how is that possible? How can you have the harvest without having the government? I need for y'all to bring some people in the room. And heaven does not release lasting authority to people who have not developed the capacity to carry it. For the past month now, God has been dealing with us about capacity, our mindsets being transformed by the renewing of our mind. That means our mindset has to be renewed in every area. And I stated to you when we first came on, we have 45 days until the new year rolls in. And that is for all of us. Yes, God, that start their new year September the 15th. I've been doing this since 2012. September the 15th, Rosh Hashanah is my new year. And we have 45 days left before the new year rolls in. And my assignment is to get you to understand dominion and dominance. It's in your genes. I need for you to type, shout, holler, and say, it's in my genes. It's in my DNA. And why is it? Because I have been created in the image and likeness of Christ. It's in my DNA to have money. It's in my DNA to be wealthy. It's in my DNA to have prosperity. It's in my DNA to have posterity. Are you hearing me? It's in my DNA. God does not fund fantasies. I have to mess up. I have to mess with your theology. God does not fund fantasies. This is not a GoFund. This is not a charity work. He finances assignments. Woo! And he entrusts increase to those who have developed the capacity to govern it. Ooh. I think I'm going to say that again. God does not fund fantasies. You have to give him something to work with. He finances assignments. And so while you're complaining about the assignment that you have, your assignment is waiting on the funding of God. Woo! And he entrusts increase to those who have developed the capacity to govern it. So let me tell you plainly what this August series is and what it's not. This is not simply a conversation about getting more money. If you leave this month with just the motivation about money, I failed to deliver to you what I've been assigned to do. This series is about becoming the kind of person who can govern resources, build systems, steward increase, produce measurable value, and establish something capable of outliving you. Money will be discussed. Wealth will be defined. Prosperity will be clarified. And posterity will be planned. But underneath all of it stands one foundational question. Has the mandate of Genesis 1:28 been understood, accepted, and developed in your life? For all of you that are on Clubhouse, I put a link there where you can get your dominion and dominance audit worksheet. If you click on the link, it is there. For all of you that are here on Facebook, I am going to put the link here so you will have access to it also. And I want you, when you receive your copy, I want you to really sit down and really be truthful with thyself. Get in a quiet place, and I want you to go through the worksheet. I'm putting the link over here. This is all of you that are on YouTube. The link is up. You just click on it, follow the instructions, and go through that audit. I need for you to put in the comments, before God gives you money, he gives you a mandate. I'll say that again. Before God gives you money, he gives you a mandate. And our foundational text is Genesis 1, verses 26 through 28. And can I tell you, this is not a devotional thought. Genesis 1, 26 and 28, I liken it to a constitutional document, right? It establishes God's original governmental and economic order for humanity, identity, blessing, fruitfulness, multiplication, territory, cultivation, and governance. All before sin, I need for y'all to follow me. All before sin, before scarcity, before toil, and before any human system existed. Humanity was not created merely to occupy the earth. Hear me. Humanity was commissioned to cultivate it, develop its resources, establish order, produce value, and multiply what was entrusted and governed under the sovereignty of God. Genesis 2 and 15 gives a shadow to what I'm saying. And the Lord God took the man, put him into the Garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. Placement always comes with purpose. Hear me. We have been placed here in the earth, and our placement comes with purpose. We have a purpose here in the earth. We have a global mandate in the earth. And it's not for a specific people. It is for all creation. Position always comes with responsibility. Eden was not a resort. It was a responsibility. I'm going to say that again. Eden was not a resort, a place where you rest, relax, and breathe and renew. It was a responsibility. God gave us responsibility to duplicate what we experience with him. Can I tell you, God is still looking for that in the earth for us. This is why over in the New Testament, the Bible says that the man who thought he was doing God a favor by hiding his talent called him wicked. Because God is coming back and looking for the investment that he placed inside of us. God is coming back, and God is even watching now. Rather, the investment that he has placed inside, dominating. Do we have dominance? God is asking a question right now. Are you on a resort, or are you operating in responsibility? Now, let me define the language of this series with precision. And the reason why, because words carry government. And this is why we have to watch the words that come out of our mouths. Because anything dealing with government means establishment, right? Dominion is the authority and responsibility God delegates. Dominance, as the place of where I'm using it prophetically and strategically this month, is the discipline capacity. Hear me. The discipline capacity to execute that authority until stewardship produces fruitfulness, order, multiplication, influence, and generational legacy. Can I be very clear? And let the record show. Dominance is my prophetic and marketplace framework for this series. It is not separate from the word in Genesis 1:28. Dominion is the biblical grant. Dominance is the developed discipline that makes the grant visible. And hear me carefully, because this distinction puts this entire month, it protects the entire month. Dominance does not mean controlling people. And I'm sick and tired, and it sickens me to my core to see leaders dominate, controlling people. He never told us to control. It does not mean exploiting people, intimidating people, or even ruling over people. Genesis 1:28 gives humanity governance over creation, never tyranny over one another, never being a tyrant or a tyranny over one another. Dominance in this house, Clubhouse, YouTube house, Facebook house, means developing mastery over your thinking, your appetites, your habits, your gifts, your resources, your systems, and your assigned sphere of responsibility. Can I say that again? Dominion is heaven's authorization. Dominance is the developed capacity to make that authorization visible through responsible results. Dominion is heaven's authorization. Dominance is developed capacity. One is granted, the other is built. One is granted, and the other is built. And as we go through, walking through the text this month, we're going to look at what money is, what wealth is, what prosperity is, and what posterity is. As we're walking through the text, there's 7 governing phrases. Let us make man in our image after our likeness. Dominion begins with representation. Before God assigned function, he established identity. Humanity was created in the image and likeness of God, designed to represent his nature, his character, and his righteousness government in the earth. So this means our authority is a representative, not independent of God. We do not possess sovereignty of our own. Hear me. We exercise delegated authority. I want you to hear. We exercise delegated authority. This is why he said, let us make man in our image. And then he said, this is what I need for you to do. I need for you to have dominion, right? So dominion begins with representation. So we have delegated authority under the one we represent. Psalms 115 and 16 frames it like this: the heaven, even the heavens, are the Lord's, but the earth have he given to who? The children of men. God retains the ownership. Humanity receives stewardship. I need for you to talk to your neighbor and tell them, God still owns the deed and title. We just have right to drive the vehicle, or we have some rights to live in the house. Come on. Humanity receives stewardship. The earth is God's property and our portfolio. And that is why every conversation about money this month must begin with representation, because a steward who forgets whose name is on the account will eventually mismanage it. Can you say God's name is on the account? I don't have full privilege to the account, even if I am an added signer, unless the individual who owns the account lets the bank know that I have full access as they are. I'm still limited at what I can do with that account. God help us. And I believe that is the problem that we have been running into, because we have been forgetting that God owns the bank. God owns the cattle. He owns the hills. He owns everything about it. But he has given us a delegated authority to represent him in the earth. Can I ask you a question? How are you handling the treasures of the earth? How are you handling the account that you have delegated authority over? Let me put it in real time. How are you handling the bank account that you have at Bank of America, you have at Wells Fargo, you have at TD Bank, you have at Capital Bank, you have at Regis Bank? Let's name some more. You have at Chase Bank. How are you handling it? I know you're going to say, Apostle, oh, well, my name is on the account. I work the money that I put in there, and I own that money. My name is on the account, so I have the right to do it as I please. But can I challenge your theology for a moment? If God gave us delegated authority, and he created us in his image and his likeness, and he said, I need for you all to have dominion. I need for you all to go down on the earth and represent who I am. I'm giving you access to everything. How is it that we can treat our bank accounts and treat the money that God gives us, that he's entrusting with us, entrusting it in our hands, as if we have full ownership of it? I'm trying to help the people of God understand, Lord have mercy, that you are just a steward. You are a steward. You are a gatekeeper. You are an entrusted vessel, but you don't own the full rights to it. Ooh. And maybe with our theology being challenged as this such, maybe I just pray and hope that we'll begin to look, that we'll begin to look at money and begin to handle money in a different light. I'm trying to get you from out of a place of scarcity. I'm trying to get you out of a place of poverty. I'm trying to get you out of a place of lack. I'm trying to get you out of a place of living from paycheck to paycheck and going from loan company to loan company and borrowing from here to pay that, when God said, I cause you to be a lender and not the borrower. Could it be that we are handling and not understanding what dominion means to us? But can I talk to you, dear beloved, on today and all of this month? That dominion is the authority and responsibility God delegates. God